Hi, I'm Chloe.
And I'm Abby. And together we are Spin, Squeeze, Click. Hi there, and welcome back to Spin, Squeeze, Click. So today Chloe and I are going to be talking about a YouTube series that we just finished watching by a YouTuber called Ryan Trahan and his wife Hayley Pham. And they did a series of 50 videos where they visited 50 Airbnbs in all the states of America.
50 states of America in 50 days.
50 days.
One each day. And,
if you haven't heard of Ryan Trahan, then go check him out because Chloe and I really like his videos. He tends to do series of things rather than just one-off videos, or at least that's what he's done most recently, isn't it?
So it's been about 3 series that we know of, probably more.
But this one was very recent and obviously ended in the last few days. And we wanted to do a video about it because we think there are lots of things about it that made it particularly appealing to us as neurodivergent folk. And we want to unpick that with you. And we're going to look at why we feel that about the videos. And then we're going to finish up by talking about how it feels when something like this finishes. So obviously we're specifically talking about this series finishing, but this can apply to other things, other series, books, anything like that you've maybe got to the end of or you haven't. Like in my case, I deliberately delay getting to the end of things because I don't want it to finish.
There isn't any more that's coming.
Yeah, and how those feelings can be quite hard to hold sometimes if you become quite connected and quite attached to something. So we hope you enjoy watching this little exploration of the 50 states in 50 days videos. Routine. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the routine. Yeah, so the way that the videos had a predictable pattern to them, and also how the videos became part of our daily routine because it was every day for 50 days.
Yeah.
So the videos had this very predictable routine to them, which
was at the start of the video, you'd see
Good morning, sleepyheads. Then it would be
morning routine, game plan.
Oh, well, it was ranking the Airbnbs first, wasn't it? Then game plan. Then it was things like getting iced coffee on the road. It was doing a joyride run. If you don't know what joyride is, it's Ryan Trahan's own brand of sweets. Going for a run because he wanted to run in every state.
Riding the electric
e-bike. Then it was like getting dinner, wasn't it? Or roundabouts and that order. Jammy time. And then it was reading donations before bed. So all the videos sort of followed that pattern. And obviously in between they would travel to their next state and Airbnb. So it would be new state unlocked as well. So there were all these like catchphrases in it that we really loved because it felt like in jokes that we could learn and then we could be a part of it, couldn't we?
Good morning, sleepyheads, game plan. Joyride run, riding electric, donations, and my personal favourite, jammy time.
Jammy time, yeah. So we feel like that's important for neurodivergent folk because we often like predictability. So I do like predictability. I also like some excitement, I suppose, and the episodes offered that as well because it was different Airbnbs, different states, and I don't really know much about the US states. And they also introduced this concept of the Wheel of Doom. If somebody donated, and we'll talk about the donations and what they were raising money for in a bit, but if somebody donated $50,000,
then red lights would come on inside of the
So they had this box, and it was like a suitcase, and on the outside it said Doom, and that would light up red if someone donated $50,000. They would have to then open it up and spin this wheel in it for different forfeits. And if somebody donated 100,000, then they got to choose what the forfeit would be rather than the wheel being spun. So that kept it interesting as well. That changed it, and obviously being different Airbnbs as well. So obviously I mentioned briefly that it became part of our daily routine, which it really did, because why did it become part of our daily routine? Because where did it fit in?
Every single day for just about 50 days, so we would watch the series with dinner. Then we'd probably talk about it just afterwards, and we'd say what we think.
And we'd look forward to watching it together, wouldn't we? So even times like I had a couple of nights I was away. Chloe and I had a night when we were away camping, so we deliberately didn't watch it until we got home, and we could watch it with Matt, who is my husband and Chloe's dad.
And, something I would just like to add is I've realised that I've been waiting for different parts during it, and I know that lots of other people would be too, like Good Morning Sleepyheads. New State Unlocked. Jammy Time.
So that is how we enjoyed it for the routine, and as I say, a lot of neurodivergent folk like things that are predictable and offer them some routine. Meaning. So we're going to talk about meaningfulness next. So why was it meaningful to us?
Well, we've noticed quite early during the series what the cause was that they were donating for, and they were raising money for a good cause.
So it's a hospital called St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is a hospital in the USA.
If you're from the US or have been there,
you might have heard of it. Less likely maybe if you're from the UK, because I hadn't. And they set out to raise $1 million, and by the end they had raised over $11 million, which is amazing.
Maybe now over 12.
Maybe,
Might have to check.
Maybe by the time you're watching this, it's over $12 million. But so that it wasn't just a video for fun. It was a video that had some real heart and real meaning behind it. And it was watching them doing the states and everything was really cool. But obviously it had this underlying meaning behind it, which made it really meaningful, obviously. And that made it compelling to watch. And we would look forward to donations and then reading donations, and we're going to talk next about another reason why we enjoyed that part of each episode. Connection.
Next we're going to talk about connection.
So we've just talked about donations and it being meaningful because it was for a good cause.
And when we've seen these parts, as in what I'd said about waiting for different parts during each episode, I felt connected to other people because I know that lots of other people will be waiting for those same parts.
And I suppose also when they read the donations out, you really got a sense of how many people are watching and how many people it's meaningful to as well, because they were donating. So that felt really nice to feel like we were part of this big worldwide community who were all watching this programme together. And that felt a really nice thing, didn't it? And some of the donations were really heartfelt and really touched me as well, which just added to that feeling of connection. And I suppose you feel connected to Ryan and Hayley as well because of all these inside jokes, jammy time and game plan and all these sorts of things that you get to laugh at what they're doing, or if they do it differently one day, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you feel connected to other people all around the world, but also connected to them.
Yeah, something I forgot to mention during routine was that I really liked it because there was a little bit that was unpredictable, like the Wheel of Doom going off, for instance, that you wouldn't know when it would happen.
Yeah.
Except if you predicted it using the donations that
yeah. So we would look at the donations page because the videos were aired maybe 2 or 3 days after they'd actually filmed it. And we would look at the donations page and try and predict when the Wheel of Doom was going to go off in the show. The other thing, though, that was really nice in terms of connection is that we were connected by it, weren't we? And connected to Matt too, because the 3 of us would all watch together and we would all enjoy it together. And we all looked forward to that time on the sofa together, didn't we? So that was really another really nice part about it. Shared enjoyment of it, the shared jokes, laughing at it together and looking forward to it together. Ryan and Hayley.
We're going to talk about Ryan and Hayley as people.
Yeah, so we feel like they're really likeable people. We feel that they're really genuine and authentic. We feel like they're the sort of people that, you know, if you, like in the UK, a big supermarket is Tesco. If you went into Tesco and you saw Ryan, then, and you went up and said hello, he wouldn't mind. Not likely to happen, I guess, but we feel like he wouldn't mind.
Before, so
yeah,
could happen.
And we feel like they're the sort of people that you could sit down and have lunch with and just have a chat with, and it'd just be nice. And they're just really likeable characters,
even if you don't know them at all.
I think Mr. Beast said if you chose to be a YouTuber, you'd be Ryan Trahan, didn't he?
Yeah,
because he's just such a likeable guy.
Yeah. Yeah, something I can remember Mr. Beast saying was, if whichever YouTuber you could be, you'd probably rather be Ryan Trahan.
Yeah.
Because he's just
such a nice guy. So, but the other thing that we like about Ryan and Hayley, and we get this feeling as well from watching others of Ryan's videos, is that they're not afraid to struggle with stuff in the videos, like on screen. So it would be so easy as a YouTuber to cut out any bits that made you look a bit awkward or not as confident as maybe you want to portray. And what I really admire about them is that I feel like they haven't done that, have they?
No.
So we feel like there have been others of Ryan's videos where he's like been a bit socially awkward, maybe. Whether that's put on for the show for us to laugh at him, I don't know, but it's quite refreshing. There were also bits in the 50 State series where I felt like maybe Hayley struggled a bit when, like, they did this life swap thing as one of their forfeits. So sometimes she would have to do some of the things that Ryan did. And there were times when it felt like maybe she struggled with that a bit.
Yeah. As in the game plan, the morning routine.
Well, I was thinking more when they did Booster Club and she had to go up to people and ask for donations. And I felt like maybe that didn't come as naturally to her as it did for Ryan. Yeah. But it was still in the show. And I think it's so important to see, because, you know, I guess like we admire them and we think they're super cool, and it's really refreshing to see people that you admire and you think are cool struggling with the sort of things that we sometimes struggle with as well.
So something I like about it is when she could have so easily taken it easier during Life Swap, she chose to change into Ryan's clothes.
Yeah, that was funny at the end. They also admitted in the last episode that they don't like doing adventurous things or things that carry any risk. And that really resonated with me because I'm so much like that, I guess, as well.
The drone shot on that last one, I must admit, was absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah, the drone shots, yeah. So, yeah, I guess we just feel like they're really nice people. We can relate to them. They're sort of everyday people. And yeah, that just makes them really appealing, doesn't it, to watch? And it makes it really enjoyable to watch. The other thing that I would say, and I suppose this fits into this category, we've talked about it, haven't we, is that their diet wasn't very varied at all. And yeah, I get that vegetables and fruit are full of the nutritious things that we need to make our bodies run.
But they're not exactly likeable foods.
Well, you love watermelon, and that's a fruit. So it's about finding what you enjoy. But what I mean is that for a lot of neurodivergent folk, they do have limited diets. I mean, I wouldn't say that I do particularly, but you're a bit limited in what you'll eat or try, aren't you?
Yeah, something that just reminded me of that is downstairs, Dad just asked me about the Hunter's chicken that we're having for dinner.
Yeah.
And he asked me if I wanted it with barbecue sauce, and I said that I didn't. Because usually the recipe would use barbecue sauce, but since I'm quite a picky eater, I don't like barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I wouldn't say picky. I think that's a bit of an unfair word to use. I would say that you are selective in what you eat because you choose the things that feel most comfortable to you. And that is something that neurodivergent folk do a lot. So a lot of neurodivergent people will have a diet that is maybe quite limited, and they have safe foods. And Ryan and Hayley ate a lot of fast food and pizza and things like that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, watching it, they were unashamed about it. It didn't bother them. Maybe back at home they eat more varied food, but I got the impression from it that neither of them
the whole time.
They were on the road the whole time, yeah. But I got the impression that neither of them are big.
Well, apart from the second to last and last episode.
Yeah, neither of them are big cooks, really, are they? From what we saw in the series.
No, not
so. Just just their authenticity, I think, was really refreshing, wasn't it? Inspiration. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how Chloe has been inspired by watching the series.
This is probably going to be about the last section, and it's probably going to be the shortest. But I just want you to know that I've been inspired by the 50 State series and the good cause that they did the fundraiser for. So I've decided that I want to do my own fundraiser. I'm going to do it for breast cancer awareness, running 1 mile for an entire month.
So every day?
Every day.
For a month, 30 days. Yeah.
And
you're going to have some forfeits as well, aren't you? So you've been inspired by the fun of the Wheel of Doom.
I think I'm going to regret that.
Well, we'll see. We'll make it so.
Well, I already have one forfeit, which I think is going to be one of the hardest. Do you want to know what it is?
What?
Traffic jam.
Right.
It means if I'm at school that day, or the next day that I go to school for it, I have to wait until my second out of third breaks to start running.
Okay.
So whatever I do in first break doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's going to be hard.
So it's nice that Chloe's been inspired by it, which is really good, and good luck on your challenge. Dealing with the ending. So the last thing we're going to talk about is it finishing and how that has felt for both of us.
Yeah.
Because
it's become part of our daily life.
So if you've watched the whole of the rest of this video, you'll understand why we liked the series so very much. And because of all of those reasons, we became quite attached to it. And then it ended.
It ended, and it's not coming back.
And it's not coming back.
We just have to face that.
And it feels really sad. And I felt like I had pretzel dust in my eye in the last episode.
I think it was second.
Songful did a song about it that we've downloaded and we've been enjoying listening to, and that maybe kicks up the pretzel dust a little bit again.
You're always crying.
You know, we're having a laugh and we're talking about this in a funny way, but in all seriousness, you know, as I said at the start of the video, I've had series that I've watched and then I've heard it's been cancelled and I've stopped watching and I've never actually finished that series. I mean, I have difficulty with endings, I think, anyway.
Same with audiobooks.
And that's what I'm beginning to realise. Yeah, so there's a brilliant series of audiobooks called The Chronicles of St Mary's. And I absolutely love it. No, I don't think so.
Really?
I absolutely love it. And I love the characters. They feel like they're like normal people I know.
People just like you.
Yeah, people I know. And I know the author, Jodie Taylor, is going to stop writing the books at some point. So I've slowed down. I listen to them as audiobooks because I don't read books anymore.
For me, I'm quite different to that because I've got about 3 of my favourite series of audiobooks next door to you.
Yeah.
And I keep rereading those.
Yeah. And that's the difference between us, isn't it? You like revisiting stuff, whereas I don't find that so enjoyable.
Well, for me, I do know that I'm never going to rediscover them. But for me, How to Train Your Dragon, Loki and Harry Potter are still amazing books.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant that you feel that way because I mean, I can go back and listen to the St Mary's books again, but then the main reason I can do that is because I'm up to like book 14 or something like that. So if I go back to the first one, I'm not really going to remember everything that happens.
Yeah.
But I do feel a feeling that I've listened and I've cried when things have happened to people in the books, and I've laughed and I've gone through all the emotions. And when we watched the 50 States series, it was fun and it was easy and it was joyous and it was a good cause and it was meaningful and all the things we've talked about. So it finished and it wasn't pretzel dust in my eye. It was my body making my emotions into water.
Dust.
There's a poet I really like called Holly McNish, and she did a poem about your body turning your emotions into water, and I thought it was just a really lovely sort of phrase. So so I did feel sad, and you felt sad as well, didn't you? And it's almost like you're left with this void. What do we do of an evening? It's only half an hour or so, but even so, how do we fill that void? And we know that we can't fill that void. We know Ryan's a YouTuber, so he'll make more videos. Nothing is going to scratch the itch that the 50 States has left behind, is it?
I know I've probably said this before in this episode, but I've suggested going back and watching our favourite episodes first.
Yeah, that could be a really good way.
But first episode. We know that we're never going to rediscover.
Yeah, we know it's never going to be new to us again. And maybe that's okay.
It's never going to go off again.
And maybe it's not okay. Because one of the things we felt was connection in the moment with all these people around the world. And we won't get that again. But I think that neurodivergent people probably feel these things more. We get more attached to things. You know, it was really good for routine. It was safe. It was just something really wholesome. There wasn't any danger in it. Nothing was going to happen to anybody. It wasn't like too exciting. But it just had that perfect balance of familiarity and excitement. But we are doing this section to tell you that if you have ever watched something or read something, walked out of the cinema at the end of the last film of a trilogy or whatever and felt upset, then what do we want to say to people watching?
Well, it's okay to feel that way. And just know that you're not alone.
You're not alone, and it's not weird. It's not silly. It's not daft. Yes, it's not like some real life thing happening that maybe other people will understand you getting upset about. Yeah. But if it's touched your heart and it's meant something to you, then that has made it real. And so your feelings, being upset when it finishes, that's real too. And so it's okay to feel like that. It might be hard. It might feel really hard. I've felt it to be quite hard because I don't know what to do with these feelings. I don't know where to go with them. But we're telling you it's okay and it's normal and it's nothing to be ashamed about, and we feel it too. So thanks for watching this video. We hope you've really enjoyed it. If you've not heard of Ryan Trahan, or you have but you've not checked out this series, go and find it. It's, well, obviously
it's a must-have in your life.
Watching. When it comes to an end, come back and watch the last section of this video so you know you're not alone. But we hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!